Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 on the General Life podcast. So, today we're going to talk about social media. So, today I'm going to talk about my experiences with social media and what my thoughts are on, let's say, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, the usual platforms that we use for social media. Unless you're in China and you're using some government owned social media site. I'm not talking about those. Actually, why not? I don't live in China, so I wouldn't know, but I'm assuming all social medias of platforms are all the same. So let's get started. Now, it's very easy in this world that we live in right now to get caught up in the hype and shock and awe when you see people posting stuff on social media, and it's very easy to get swept up in everything, and we believe what we see. But I'm here to tell you, you shouldn't believe what you see. But we'll get into that more a little bit later. It's very easy to just swipe down on your social media highlight reel and to see all your friends having a great time, seem to be happy, and you feel so insignificant compared to them. You start to think to yourself, why ain't I having any fun? How come I'm not going on a holiday? How come I'm not wearing the clothes that they are wearing, or that watch, or those pair of shoes? How come I can't afford those? I mean, is my life that crap? Is this jealousy I'm feeling? Well, yes, yes. We've all felt that feeling of of jealousy. So how come I don't have the things that they have? When you play that comparison game with other people, it takes the joy out of everything you already have in your life. You don't appreciate the things you already have. You see, because you compare to yourself to someone whose life is completely different to yours. You don't know their story. You don't know what they're going through, and they only share to you the moments of joy, and they don't share you other aspects of their lives. And we'll go into that later a little bit more. So let's say someone takes a snap of something and then posts it up on their story, and you deem it irrelevant, but they do it over and over again. Why do you care? Why do you care what anybody is posting up on their social media? But the reality is we do care. Otherwise, why else will we just keep swiping down? We keep swiping up or down to see what our friends are doing, or what the celebrities are doing. We care more about them than we care about us, and it's just a fact. I mean that person is not better than you in any way just because they ran the city to surf and they're posting up photos of them running freaking 5 kilometers in half an hour or some shit like that, and they're taking a photo as they go. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna run a marathon, you might as well run it and put your phone in your pocket. Why do they have the need to keep posting at every checkpoint? I see no point in that. I see as you should enjoy that moment and just keep going instead of actually posting shit. I mean, I mean, do you have to? Do you have to? But clearly they do. So they want to project to the world that they are living life with the hashtags. You know, the one thing I hate about social media is the hashtags. It's bad. It's bad enough. Actually, it's good enough if you want to share it with your friends and family. But why do you need hashtags for? Why do they feel compelled to write hashtag, let's say hashtag living life, hashtag running a marathon, hashtag doing it for charity, or hashtag life is beautiful, hashtag I'm king shit, hashtag motivation? Well, newsflash, there's more to life than just running, you see. How about posting something useful? How about posting something, let's say, doing a bend over row for back muscle development? At least you're teaching the world to do something, and at least you're adding some sort of value on social media. And, so social media should be used to express talents and passions, for the world to see. Wouldn't that be better instead of you running a marathon, or you eating that meal or having that coffee? Does that serve your community in any way, or serve the world in any way? Or you posting up cheering your friends when you're drinking? Actually, that's pretty cool, because that's pretty fun. You gotta admit, it is pretty fun to cheer your friends when you're about to guzzle down some liquor. It is fun, but I digress. But don't tell me the bullshit about how you're a professional party animal. I mean, fuck you, man. No one cares if you're like a party animal. To me, you're not enjoying that moment by sharing it. I share it once, but don't share it the whole night. Just carry on. Show me your talents. And party animal is not a talent. Maybe you're a music producer in secret. I mean, that's great. If you can produce music, but you're not telling anybody about it, I mean, you can choose to share it if you want. But I would love to know about it. If you are a creator in any way, or you're adding value to your community, let me know. I love it. I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. But seriously, I think a music producer, if you're sharing your content, it's much better than sharing the content of you running a marathon. If I'm honest, I mean, running a marathon, so what? It happens every year. But if you're creating, you're doing something for your community. That's more pressure. That's more valuable to me. You're running a marathon, all right. The fact that you're running a marathon for charity, yeah, I mean, great. But where's the money going to? Are you just doing it for vanity, or actually doing it to help people? You ask yourself that question as well. I mean, if you run a marathon, yeah, you tick it off your bucket list, yes. But don't say that you're doing it for charity. Just say they're doing it to cross it off your bucket list. I mean, the worst part about the comparison game is you don't just compare yourself to your friends. You compare yourself to people that you never met, like celebrities. I mean, why do people feel compelled to follow people who are living a different life to you? They live a different life to you, so why should you be doing a comparison game with them? Obviously, you're never gonna be at their level. You want to be at their level? You want that freaking plum ass or six pack abs? Man, you gotta be prepared. You have to be prepared to work for it. You won't get it overnight. So if you compare yourself to the people that you're following, let's say you're like a fitness influencer or something like that. If you want to be like them, great. But are you willing to put in the work? If you can't put in the work, then you're just gonna feel as if you're never gonna be on that level, and you're gonna feel really shit about it. Am I right in a way? Well, it's a question that you have to ask. Now, this crap blows my mind because you don't know their story. You don't know who they are as people. You don't know their struggles, their setbacks. They had to go through all the crap they had to go through to be in that position. Like I said, if you see them being successful in some way, you don't know their backstory. You don't know those sleepless nights, those anxiety attacks that you get when you're going on a journey of self-improvement. You don't know what they went through. You just see them as an overnight success, but it's not an overnight success. It takes many nights to be as successful as them. So you can't compare. There is no comparison. And plus, these influencers, these celebrities, they will never show you the part where they were sleeping on a park bench while they were on the way up. At their lowest, they will never show you that. They will never show you that. And plus, how low does your self-esteem have to be for you not to appreciate what you already have? I mean, do you have a mother? Do you have a father? Do you have a little brother? Do you have an older brother? Do you have a family? Do you have a close knit of friends? That should be the basis of your happiness. You should be happy that you have all those things. A lot of people don't have families, or they come from abusive families, right? So basically, you have to appreciate what you already have. So you shouldn't be comparing yourself to anybody else. You should be already happy. If you have those things, let's say you have a car, you have a license, you have both legs, you have both arms, you don't have your limbs blown off in war. Be grateful that you have those limbs. I'm pretty sure war veterans would love to have their limbs back, the ones who've actually lost their limbs fighting for their country, or they've lost their limbs because they got into a really bad accident. I'm pretty sure they will appreciate the fact that they're still alive, but life would be better if they still had their limbs. Let's just say. And also someone who has cancer. I'm pretty sure someone who has cancer would love to be in your position, who are not sick in any way, or not going through chemotherapy and they've lost all their hair. They probably appreciate your life a lot more than their lives. They'll probably swap, if they were allowed to swap lives with you, they'll probably swap it in a heartbeat, right? So instead of comparing to yourself to somebody else with a different story to you, why shouldn't you be already happy with what you have? It's just a food for thought. Now let's talk about addiction. Now people using social media want their posts to show up on your highlight reels, for instant gratification. They want people to like and share their post because they think people actually give a shit. But in deep down, but then deeper down, it goes deeper than that. You know, it becomes a addiction in a way, and I will explain that as we go through this list that I have on my computer. I mean, it's basically a addiction because you receive likes for a post and then you scroll down your highlight reels. Your brain releases a chemical called dopamine, which gives you a buzz. It's the same chemical that gets released when you're eating and exercising. So when you're eating and exercising, drinking alcohol, doing drugs, and having sex, right? It's the same chemical that's being released, guys. Same chemical. And it's very addictive. I mean, you have. I mean, in the world that we live in, we have age restrictions on the consumption of alcohol, and doing drugs is mostly illegal. You can't even do drugs legally. In some countries, maybe, but honestly, those countries are far in between. But in general, there's an age limit to when you consume alcohol. In Australia, it's 18. In America, in some states, it's 21. And there's a reason for that because consumption of alcohol, it alters your mind. If you're actually alters your brain structure. So if your brain's still developing, experts you know, like how can I say, the establishment, they don't want your brain to be affected while it's being developed. So that's why they have age restrictions. That's the reason why they don't want you to drink alcohol when you're underage, because it might affect your brain development. Now, there's nothing, but then here's the thing: there's nothing to stop young people from consuming social media. You see, there's nothing in the law that says that you can't use social media, right? But the problem with social media is you're getting the same dopamine hit as if you're taking drugs or having sex or drinking alcohol. It's actually the same chemical. There's no law stopping young people from using social media. So it becomes a game of chasing the next big dopamine hit through posting, sharing more outlandish things for likes. Next thing you know, your friends are doing it, and then you want to be seen just as cool as them. So you guys go back and forth, and then you share more and more and more, and then you want that bigger dopamine hit every single time, and then it gets to a point where freaking you're just sharing just garbage. It becomes a spiral of mental masturbation, really, between dumbasses who are so unconscious to realize what the fuck they are doing. You know, when you're posting things and then you expect to receive likes and shares in return. I mean, your brain is getting constant dopamine hits. It's really actually pretty bad for you because it becomes an addiction. It gets to a point where you just keep swiping. You swipe and you swipe down, swipe up. You do what you have to do, even though you don't even know that you're doing it. You're doing it subconsciously. See? So what you guys fail to realize is these social media platforms are built and designed to keep people's eyeballs glued to your screens so that they can bombard you with useless advertisements, with shit that you don't need or want. That's what these platforms are for. There's a reason why when you sign up, it's for free, right? It's for free. They're not charging you anything. They're making no money on the platform, but they do make the money from the ads that they put on the platforms that you watch. You see, when you watch a video, let's say on Facebook or Instagram, actually not Instagram, Facebook. Let's say Facebook, because Facebook, a lot more people use Facebook. But when you click on a video, halfway through and an ad pops up, whether you like it or not, you're watching that ad. They made it that way, like they designed it that way, so that you see the ads, and you never know, you might buy it. If you buy it, they get a cut out of it. So it's very insidious. You see, they want you to constantly use their platform. So they want you to be always engaging with the platform so that they can sell you more things, and so that they can get the revenue, so they make money off you. That's just one of the bad points. So let's go on to the next bad point. So in my opinion, it's also it's very one-sided on social media. So my biggest gripe with my biggest gripe actually with social media is that people love posting their happy experiences but refuses to post their bad experiences. So it's very one-sided. I find that troubling that this trend has been going on for so long because it's destroying the very fabric of our society. I mean, think about it. These people, they post photos of themselves doing fun things with their partners, with their families, with their friends. You know, they pose next to their brand new cars. So they post photos and videos of themselves partying and seem to be having fun. The question is, why are they doing this? The answer is simple. They want to show off to their friends and family that their lives are hunky-dory and everything is a-okay. I mean, why else would you do it? If you're happy with your life, or you have so much interactions with your friends and family, there's no time to freaking post things like this. You know? Because every second you're enjoying what it is that you're doing with your family. There's no need to share it. It's tragic because their projections are not genuine. It's not natural for a person to be happy all the time. It's not presenting a real picture to other people. You see, you will never see these people post a photo of themselves in their darkest moments, when they are depressed, when they are scared and afraid. You know, they won't post up the fights they have with their friends and family, the tears, the sorrow in their hearts, the anger problems, the anxiety attacks in the middle of the night. But these adjectives, they juxtapose the happiness shown on social media. You will never see anybody posting up a photo of them in their darkest moments. When was the last time you've seen something that people post up and it's very depressing, like really depressing, as in they even write in the comments like, I'm depressed? You never see it. And even if you do see it, it's very vague. It's you see them posting up something about life sucks, or or something really dark like that. You never see them directly posting up something that will show the world that they are 100% sad. You never see it. They'll do it in a way where they'll do it in a way where it's not direct. They do it indirectly. So they post a photo of someone else being sad, or something like that. They'll never do it directly. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about, because I've seen it a lot. I've seen people who are fairly depressed and they post up photos of proverbs or a painting of a very depressed painting or something like that. It's like I said, it's indirect, so you won't find it unless you look for it. You see. All right, let's go on to the next point. So people also try to post videos of themselves being depressed and planning to self-harm, and then post up on a social media platform. You never see that. You never see a person actually posting up a photo of them doing like a video of them doing self-harm. Even if they do, instead of providing help for these poor people, most people, what they'll do is they'll probably report that person and have their accounts banned for breaching user guidelines. You see, because all these social media platforms, they don't want to show people depressed or wanting to kill themselves. It's not good for business. It's not good for the product. It's not good for the overall message or agenda that they are trying to portray through society, if you know what I mean. They don't want their platform to be associated with depressed people, and in a way that sucks. Because when's the last time you've seen someone depressed on social media? And even if you do see them depressed, it's far in between. It's very rare. It's very rare. I mean, we humans, we have a huge range of emotions. We feel sadness, anger, anxiety, joy, happiness, etc. We have a whole range of emotions. So when you see someone who's always happy, take it with a grain of salt. They're not happy all the time. They're just projecting that on their social medias. You won't know whether someone is happy or sad unless you're close friends with them. So there's no point comparing yourself with someone who seems to be happy all the time. It's nonsense. How you know they're not sad? You won't know unless you ask them. But here lies another problem with social media, and I will explain later as we go through all these points. So what this one-sidedness has done is it has undermined the real human interactions for we humans interact with each other more effectively when we see each other's faces. You know, we are more effective when we see facial expressions and verbal expressions. So when I sit right across you on a table, I see your facial expressions. I see your speech. I can hear in your voice whether you're nervous or anxious or happy. You can tell. I mean, us humans, we're pretty good at it. Girls are better at it than guys, but in a general sense, we can probably tell whether someone is depressed or not, or whether they're in a good state of mind. It takes a very good liar to actually to hide the fact that you're sad, but they hide it with happiness. It takes a very good liar. I can tell you that. I mean, you can tell someone's happy by, let's say, how high pitched their voices are. You can tell someone's sad by the way how they sit, their posture. I mean, you can tell. You can tell. Even subconsciously, you can tell, if not consciously. Now, let's go on to the next point. My next gripe with social media is basically no one cares. There is no empathy out there. And let's go through the points. I mean, how do you know what you see on social media is real or fake? Do you know the person? Like, do you really know that person on social media? Do you really know them, even though you stalked them and gone through their pages and profiles? So when you befriend someone and then you go through their profiles, do you really know them, or do you only see just a part of them, or do you come to your own conclusions of them? You know, you've already made up your mind of who that person really is. So how do you know what they are posting on their pages is what they are truly feeling or experiencing? Is there evidence of them being happy, sad, just based off a photo or a video? Did you contact them to confirm? I mean, do you know if that person on social media ain't full of shit? How do you know if they're full of shit or not? You don't. And do you really care? The answer, do you really care? That question is a personal question. I mean, a lot of people will say yes, but I know deep down they don't really care. So the answer is no, you don't. And the reason could be because you don't care. Why would you? You have your own life to live, right? The majority of people don't care. They don't care about the wars. They don't care about your achievements. They don't care if you're starting a business. They don't care about economics. They don't care about politics. They don't care about bushfires. And honestly, don't lie. Don't lie, because I know you don't care. And that's the problem with lying to yourself, is you're not honest with yourself. Unless you're honest with yourself, there's no way you can move on, because you're living in denial. You know, all these things are terrible. They're terrible things. But here's the thing. They are outside of your control. You can't control these forces. You can't control when a country goes to war. You can't control the economy. You can't control the supply and demand of money. You know, you can't control interest rates. And you don't care about politics either. I mean, who cares if two sides of the Great Divide are arguing with each other? I mean, who cares? You see it every day. And does it look like they're getting something done? Maybe. And do you really care about the bushfires? Oh, sure. Bushfires happen. They happen all over the world. I mean, it doesn't just happen in Australia. It happens in America and Europe as well. But the question is, why do you care? Are you fighting the fires? I mean, are you donating to the fire relief? Are you helping out? That's the main question that you should be asking. Now, a lot of people, they have a lot of sympathy and empathy for the firefighters that are fighting the fires. But be honest, deep down, do you really care? You care about for a little bit, and then you move on with your day, right? So a part of the day you care, but the rest you don't, because you got things to do, and that's the truth. Now, personally, what I can control, me as a person, I can only control my language, my labor, my work, my emotions, my thoughts, my wealth, and my body. That's it. That's all I can control. I'm not gonna waste my efforts on posting things on social media, asking for bushfire donations. I'm not gonna waste my effort on writing posts about pity. Look, if I really wanted to help out with the fire effort, I'll go volunteer to become a firefighter, right? to take some action. I mean, if you want to really help out with the bushfire relief, why don't you just volunteer to become a firefighter? Take some action then, if you really care. Be honest. Do you want to really fight the fires? You don't. You don't want to fight the fires. Do you want to donate to the fire relief? Yes? Then donate. There, you've done your part. There's no need to post things. There's no need to post how your prayers are with the firefighters. You know, your wishes and your prayers are with the firefighters. Look, man. Wishes and prayers do not help them out. What they need is tangible results, like tangible resources. If you want to help them out, donate money instead of writing posters about it and sharing photos of dead animals. Like, honestly, that's another thing. I mean, I care about nature, I really do, but posting up photos of dead animals, what? Like, you want some sympathy? What's the point of posting up a photo of freaking dead animals? All right, a fire is raging on. It's gonna wipe out half the animal population. Well, what else you want me to do? What else you want everybody else to do, man? We're not in the world of Dragon Ball Z where we can freaking gather up the 7 Dragon Balls and wish for Shenron to come up, and then you wish for all this to go away. That ain't gonna happen. We just have to put up with it. I mean, Australia has put up with this for the last, 10,000, 20,000 years. And we've had bushfires since back then, and we'll have some more in the future. Right? You want to help? Donate. Be like Nick Kyrgios, the controversial Australian tennis player. I mean, the amount of controversy this kid has raised up, like, over the last few years is just crazy. But good on him, you know. Like, good on him for donating $200 for every ace that he hits on the tennis court, and then giving it to the bushfire relief. He's taking action. Like, sure, he's controversial, but at least he's doing his part. You know, what are you doing? That's the main question. What are you doing to help out? You know, like, you want to do something worthwhile? Great. I mean, do it first, then share it with your friends and family. There's no need to share it on social media because no one cares. You know, I want to see actions, not posts. You want to help out? Freaking volunteer. Volunteer to the freaking bushfire relief. Volunteer. Now, you might think that I'm a terrible person for saying all this. Yes, in a way, because it's true that I don't care. But the reason I don't care is because social media has screwed me up pretty good. I'll be honest. Social media has done a good job of screwing me up because I feel very little empathy, right? Let's just say I'm a recovering social media addict. Let's put it that way. You know, the lack of empathy was caused because every day I saw posts and videos of terrible things that are happening in the world, let's say the bushfires per se. And then after a while, I had trouble empathizing with anything because I became really nihilistic because you keep seeing it and then you get numb to it. If you keep seeing mass shootings on social media, you're pretty numb to it because you see it every week. You know, it becomes very numbing. And don't lie, guys, you're probably going through it right now. You probably have no empathy whatsoever. When was the last time you were shocked when there was another mass shooting in America? Do you really care if people got shot up? Be honest. Don't lie to yourself. Do you really care? You know? Let's move on. So after I realized I was becoming very nihilistic and I wasn't feeling much sympathy or empathy. That's when I realized, man, I need to stop social media altogether. And this is how I did it. So the cure and the consequences of quitting social media. I mean, the best cure for social media is not to use it all the time. You know, so you use it some of the time, but don't go full cold turkey. It won't work because your brain will start to feel withdrawals like a drug addict. You know. I mean, you could start by limiting your social media use to before and after work. I'd like to start off maybe for a week. You know, just use it before you go to work and then after work. So in between, you don't use it at all. Then then limit it to just after work, and eventually you just share it when, let's say, you're out with your friends. So you have to cut your use in a way where you use it before and after work, but after a while you stop using it before and after work, and you just start using it, let's say, every Friday night, if you're going out every Friday night, or every Saturday night, or for 2 nights, and then you use it. You're just using it to post up your what you're doing that night, or your social events. That's all you're posting. You're not checking anything. You're not looking at anything. You're just posting up your social events, and then that's it. And so cutting down works very well, and it will eventually lead you to just deleting the app altogether. You just delete it. You just don't post anything. And so like another thing that you can do is just to turn off your notifications. So when something is so when you receive a new post, what your phone will do is you just go blank. I mean, you won't receive anything. No notifications, no sound, nothing. You only see your notifications is when you open the app, but hopefully by that time the app is not there anymore, so you won't be compelled to do that. Yeah, I mean, you can tell your friends to contact you only through phone calls and text messages. You can do that too. You can start using, let's say, WhatsApp, just a text message platform, just a texting platform like WhatsApp and Telegram. Because you can't just have no contact. You still got to need some sort of contact. But these apps, they're not social media. They're not bombarding you with crap. Sure, you're getting bombarded by your friends' messages, but hey, friends' messages ain't bad. It's pretty good. Of course, there are consequences when you realize that. The consequences are that you will realize that no one on social media will notice that you have disappeared. No one cares on social media. No one cares if you post anything or don't post anything. That's when you realize, what's most important to you, which is a good thing, because by taking a hiatus from social media, your real friends will start to contact you. They'll start to contact you and asking you, it's like, are you okay, man? I haven't seen you for 2 or 3 months. Where you been? Because you're missing on social media. You're not posting anything. And they start asking you, it's like, what's going on, man? Why aren't you using social media? While your fake ass friends won't say anything. That's when you know they're your fake friends. When they don't even contact you after you've gone missing. And that's a good thing. It's nice to know who your fake friends are, so you can cut them out of your life. Life is too short. You don't have time to deal with people who don't really care about you. It's nice to know that. But the biggest cure for social media addiction is just to live, man. Enjoy life. Enjoy what life has to offer. I mean, you can go skiing. You can go for a drive. You can go skydiving. You can go for a swim at Bondi Beach. You can go snorkel. You can go and see the Great Barrier Reef. You can go to Hampton Island. You can do all sorts of things in life. Why do you have to be on social media, right? And you're not doing it by yourself either. You're doing it with friends and family. What bigger joy? You won't enjoy anything more than spending time with your loved ones. Sure, you probably enjoy it too if you're by yourself. It's possible, but man, it's more fun with family and friends, right? You do the things that actually that you enjoy, obviously, and you enjoy every moment. You enjoy every moment of it. And if you're busy doing the things that you enjoy, there's no time to post shit on social media. There's no time to post anything on social media. And to me, that's the real cure.